All right, so Bitcoin has done it. We see here that, yesterday, Bitcoin finally put in a brand new all-time high, just over 69K. It won't reflect here, but if we actually scroll down here in coin market cap, it broke that 69K mark, breaking its previous all-time highs of about 68,000 and like $800 around there. So it broke all-time highs. This is, I believe, the first time Bitcoin has broken previous all-time highs before the halving. And when we look here, we're not even a couple days before the halving. We're a month and a half before the Bitcoin halving. So the fact that it has broken its previous all-time highs already goes to show that the potential for this bull run being different, breaking that 4-year cycle, is there. It's doing it right now. I mean, we're seeing it with the ETF money flowing into the markets, increasing that demand for Bitcoin. And when that supply shock happens in about a month and a half with the halving, I mean, I think things are going to go pretty nutty as far as Bitcoin goes. Obviously, just like any other token, it was going on a tear here, up over 10%, really at its all-time highs right there, up over 10% over the 7 days. So it's just like any other token, it's on a retracement right now, coming from 69K down to about 63K. And I think it even, dipped down to around that 60K mark. But if we zoom out and look at the 1 month, I mean, for Bitcoin to make a move, and again, when it went to 69K, it was like 60% around there on the 1 month. That's an insane number for Bitcoin. The amount of money that's needed to move something that much in a month, something that's over $1 trillion in market cap, is so crazy. People don't realize that. I think people, I get this in the comments all the time that, people will kind of go like, well, 60%, that's not a whole lot. And that's, for lack of a better term, just ignorant. I mean, this isn't, a typical altcoin that you're looking at. If you're new to the markets, then, please understand that. I know most of you are not, but I get the questions in here a lot. And again, that's not really what I want to talk about in this video. Just a point of, I want to give you guys my opinion on, Bitcoin putting in its all-time high, where I think we go next. I think that, Bitcoin is going to dip, a little bit here in the short term. And then I think that, this could be that pre-halving dip that we're kind of used to on the 4-year chart. If we look here, right here, around that pre-halving mark. So, I think we're going to see, I think we will see that pre-halving dip, but I mean, I can see us going into the mid to high 70s, going into the Bitcoin halving, and that's, that's real right there. So in the term of the markets, I mean, I think I think the last halving was May of 2020. So I mean, we're technically right in this mark. But so for people who think that we're here in the market, we're not. I mean, all the gains you're seeing recently across all the hottest sectors and narratives and altcoins is nothing compared to what you're going to see right now. Especially when we look at Bitcoin here, after it broke its all-time high, and yeah, it's retracing as we see a lot of tokens doing, but I think give it the next, let this cool off, give it the next 7 to 10 days. I think you'll see some altcoins kind of bounce back a little bit before that real dump. And to be honest, it could be the final big dump before we go into a full-blown bull market. So if you feel like you're underexposed or don't have the positions you want going into this bull market, again, keep your eyes out. But, if we look here across the top 10, 100 altcoins here, now obviously everything's up on the 7-day following Bitcoin, but a lot of things are down on the 24-hour mark following Bitcoin's dump as well. So again, it goes to show that Bitcoin kind of does steer the overall market for the most part. Now, if we look at some of the hottest narratives for this bull run, obviously in the short term, meme coins, whereas full disclosure, I personally do not invest in meme coins. I just think that you can get similar returns on quality projects that you can actually evaluate. But it would be dumb to overlook the fact that there is money to be made in meme coins. I just don't participate myself. Let me know in the comments if you guys are a big meme coin trader, if any of them have worked out for you, or if they haven't, let me know. Let's talk about it. But I mean, we see stuff like Pepe, here up 143% on the 7-day. Even Shiba at its high market cap is up over 200% over the 7-day. Dog with hat. Guys, I mean, some of these, it is funny to go in here, meme coin, literally meme. That's actually a genus coin name. Trump coin. We saw that thing take such an insane run. And touching on meme coins real fast, again, even though I do not participate, I think that we saw it with Trump coin, recently here. I'll pull up the chart. I think that political memes are going to do especially well later this year because of the elections happening in the US. So I think that, I didn't even think about political memes, honestly, until I saw Trump coin. So I think political memes is one to definitely take a look out for. I bet there's going to be a lot of Trump coins this election year. But again, I will probably be on the sidelines for meme coins. Again, that's just me. We see stuff like Myro bouncing back again, stuff like that. And again, I just wanted to touch on it real fast because again, the money is there. People are making money in meme coins, and we're kind of in a meme coin mini season right now, as we usually see when things really pump. Meme coins are some of the last things to pump before maybe a dump. Although that might not be true this time around. Again, everything about this market so far, while it seems similar, feels different kind of at the same time, if that makes sense. Let me know if you get it. But this is why I kind of don't get involved, is that we see Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10 Inu popping off right now, and if you were to ask me, look at this coin, I would completely dismiss it. A part of me thinks that maybe it's just because of the ticker symbol for it is Bitcoin. I think maybe people are getting fooled into buying it because of that, but I don't know. I don't get meme coins, but again, just want to touch on it because meme coins are doing well right now, and to overlook it would be, again, ignorant on myself, so I don't want to do that. I want to tell you guys, hey, this is what's going on in the markets. Now, another narrative we saw do very well and still kind of, doing well right now, especially with all the NVIDIA news going on in the traditional markets right now, is AI. And I believe NVIDIA is also having like a big major conference in about 2 weeks from now. So I expect AI to not only keep pumping, but pump even harder after that big NVIDIA conference. So that's a video for another day. But AI here, again, I think when we're looking at the top three explosive sectors for this upcoming bull market, I think that it's going to be AI, gaming. Obviously, layer one and layer twos are pretty easy answers, and they're going to do well. The quality ones are going to do well. But I mean, those are the top three. I think going into this bull market. I mean, obviously, you could always look at other sectors like DPIN, RWAs, GambleFi, maybe as like a sub three to also look at. But and I always say in most of these videos, if you're looking at all that, don't take those 6 sectors I just told you about and invest into all of them. Pick one or two that you really want to study and really hone your craft into, and that's how you're going to win this market. Don't spread yourself too thin. But if we look at AI here, again, giving you some, in my opinions, obviously BitTensor almost acts as like the Bitcoin of the AI narrative. I wouldn't really put Near really in this bucket of AI. I think it's more of a layer 1, layer 2. That's where it should be, not necessarily AI. So kind of confusing there. But again, BitTensor's been on a tear over even like the 90 days here, up from over a billion up over to over $4 billion in market cap. And if we look here over the 1-year chart, I mean, this thing's been on a tear, especially on the 1 month. So if you're looking at AI, the AI sector, if you want to find like a Bitcoin of the AI sector, I'd be looking at BitTensor Tau. Again, it's not one that I currently hold. Just the market cap's a little bit big for my liking. I think there's better opportunities further down the list, which we'll get into here in a little bit. Render, obviously a quality token. Again, kind of on a higher market cap side, but I think it will do well. Fetch AI, obviously, and some of these, I don't know why CoinMarketCap, I know it has its flaws. I don't know why they has some of these tokens in here that really, in my opinion, shouldn't be. Echelon Prime should be in here. They have AI incorporated into their game, Colony. So I think Echelon Prime, when you're looking at merging some of the top sectors, gaming and AI, Echelon Prime is one of the quality projects in that regards, and I actually am a big fan of Prime. We've talked about it for a while on this channel. Arkham, I hear quite a bit about. Flux, I thought Flux would be performing a little bit better, just saying, but I mean, it's doing its thing. Pal AI, I think that's one that Alex Becker's really big on, but again, if you're looking at Pal AI, I actually like a project that's smaller market cap, around a $10 million market cap, called Purple AI. The ticker is PAI if you want to look into it. I won't touch on it a whole lot in this video. It's just since this video is more of a broader market sentiment video, letting you guys know my opinion. But if you're looking at something like Pal AI, which has ran up very hard in the last 30 days, I'd be looking at something a little bit similar and smaller market cap. Again, maybe like a Purple AI. Again, that's just kind of a little golden nugget for you. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of that if you're aware. But I mean, even Pal AI here is up. I think it's like a 50x over the 1 year, which is insane. I mean, to anyone that caught this thing, even below $50 million in market cap, congrats. I will say I miss a lot of the AI coins just because, again, I live by what I say all the time. I don't try to spread myself into too many sectors. I mean, I'm really, as you guys can tell on the videos on this channel, I'm really big into crypto gaming in the gaming sector. That's what I study. That's my craft. That's what I know. For the several years I've studied it, so that's the sector I'm in. I do hold a couple AI tokens, but again, it's not. I research AI tokens as well, but gaming is my main sector, and it's going to remain that way. It's just what, again, it's just what I enjoy. But again, I look into AI, and I recommend you would as well. If you're looking to broaden your portfolio a little bit, again, I think a portfolio of AI gaming and layer ones and layer twos is going to set you up for insane success as bull run. So if we go down further down the list, we'll just go down these top, these first pages on these sectors here. Delium, that's one that I talked about early on as well. Because it was another one of those projects that I don't think they're building a game anymore, but they were a gaming project that also had AI integrated within their platform. So I immediately, kind of like with Echelon Prime, I immediately kind of saw the success early on. So I did, full disclosure, invest in Delium early on. So that's one that we caught there. Because again, knowing the hot sectors coming up, just because you don't invest in AI solely projects, Delium was a gaming AI crossover project. So I thought you could look at a project like that and go like, hey, these are going to be two of the hottest niches. It's combining both of them. Very exciting there, and it proved to be worthwhile bet. Chain GTP, I think it's mainly a good launch pad. I don't know if I'd hold it myself, but it's a good launch pad though. And again, just going down here, again, some of these shouldn't be in the AI sector. I think AI tech, they have some of the best partners. It's one that a lot of influencers are talking about, but I caught on to AI tech around $10 million in market cap, so nothing crazy, and I didn't invest as much as I, looking back, would have liked to, but that's always obviously the case there. But I think AI Tech's another one. Again, Citus, Senate, I think is also in here, and I don't know why, but again, just bringing it up. Open Fabric is another one to take a look at. Just giving you guys, again, I like doing these longer form videos, just kind of getting on here, giving you guys some stuff to maybe keep your eyes on if you guys want to know my stance on a couple things, and just let you know, hey, this is what I'm kind of looking at in these niches. Let me know if there's other projects you're looking at. Game GTP, I get a question on this all the time because it is kind of a gaming token as well, the dual ticker. Here's the thing, and I think other people say this as well, but this has been my stance on this token since day one. I would be all about this token if it wasn't essentially a rebrand from Rainmaker Games, which, no offense to Rainmaker Games, they kind of failed their project, so I don't like that it's the same team. It's a rebrand from a failed project. I'm not the most bullish on that, but I know new investors that are coming into the space here soon. They have it looks like a good product, good platform, and I know new investors that come in will not know that, and they'll invest anyways, so I'm sure it's going to do well. I just personally don't like those facts, and I think there's better gains to be had elsewhere, but that's my opinion there. And again, so we've looked at, again, Bitcoin, the overall market right now, AI. Now, the last and most sector that I'm bullish on and really just, actually just enjoy researching it is gaming. I think gaming still, even more than AI, is going to be the sector that really just appeals to the masses and gets mass adoption because it's a sector that you can explain to anyone. You can tell literally anyone, even a 10-year-old kid, to be like, hey, you play Fortnite, you play Call of Duty, on Fortnite, you buy a skin. Now, what if you can own that skin and resell it and make money on your skin? They're like, that'd be cool. It's like, that's the power of NFT technology. What if you bought a skin? I have no idea how Fortnite skins work, by the way, but if you got a Season 1 skin in Fortnite, now it's Season 8, nobody can get those Season 1 skins, but you want to sell it, you earned it, you got the game for free because you grinded out XP or whatever, won so many matches, you want to sell that skin, now you can sell it for $1,000 and make your money back on your time and effort. That's the power of NFT technology. Rather than sinking a $20 cost into a skin and never owning that skin, never seeing money again, that's the power of crypto gaming and just NFT and gaming technology. That's why I think everyone's going to understand it, and it's so easy. And we're seeing it right now. We are. And again, when we talked about BitTensor, Tau being like the Bitcoin of AI, Immutable X here is what essentially is the Bitcoin of the gaming sector, and it's been on a tear recently. So I think Immutable X is, again, a safe, quote unquote, air quotations here, a safer coin to have in your portfolio if you just want broad exposure to the gaming markets. Even Beam is getting up there. We covered Beam and brought it up when it launched at around a $350 million circulating market cap. So, again, another one that we caught early on because, again, Merit Circle, we could look at Merit Circle in the past had been higher evaluated. It was from Merit Circle. It's their subnet on Avalanche. They have quality partnerships. Again, I think it's going to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest subnet on Avalanche. So, again, I think Beam would even be a better, just broad exposure to your portfolio if you didn't want to really get into the nitty gritty of gaming. If you want something with a little bit more upside, but slightly higher risk than an Immutable X, I think Beam would actually be worth more while having in a portfolio. Some tokens that I'm not that bullish on, like Sandbox, Axie Infinity, Decentraland, stuff from the last cycle, ApeCoin. I think somebody brought this up the other day that, we've seen really all parts of gaming run recently in this like mini bull market here at the end of 2023, but haven't seen Metaverse run a whole lot. So I think Metaverse narrative will come back around. We're just not seeing it right now. But again, I would pick newer projects like the Root Network, Wilder World. I know they were around last bull market, but their product is second to none in the Metaverse side of things. So if we're looking at projects now, I mean, we're seeing stuff like Gala go up, which is kind of crazy that with everything that's gone on with Gala, there's still over $1 billion in market cap. That goes to show you that this bull run is going to be insane. Evaluations are not going to make sense to you. Let's just prepare yourself for the mental insanity ride that will be this bull market. Just, again, bringing it up. Ronin, I think Ronin, I've said this for a while now. No hate on Immutable X, but I think Ronin's a better gaming chain than Immutable X. I know Immutable X has way more games, but Ronin has daily active users. They're actually engaged with their community. People actually, I don't know. And they have some of the biggest games on their platform. I mean, Axie Infinity, Pixels. I think they just announced another big game that's coming to their blockchain. So I think Ronin should honestly be at the market cap of at least Beam right now. And it's about a 2-3x away from there. But I think Ronin is, as far as daily active users go, I think Ronin is the #1 blockchain there. But as far as game partnerships, I know they have some work to make, but I wouldn't bet against Ronin, and that's a fact. I think Ronin still is a sleeper. Superverse, obviously, they're making great partnerships. I know I'll be honest. I faded Superverse really all bull market. I invested into Superverse last bull market, and then I held it through the bear market, and then I sold at a loss, like most people do with most of their positions, and then I just didn't re-enter. I've had a hard time really understanding consistently what Superverse is going to be. They used to be Super Farm, and then they Superverse, and then I know their platform kind of changes. To me, it changes so much, but I am bullish on them. I think that they're making some of the best partnerships, and that it's going to be a titan in the space. I just get tired of following what they're going to be changing all the time. But again, no hate on Superverse. If I was not involved in Superverse, I'd be involved either way. But again, I think Superverse is going to be a titan in the space. That's just my stance on why I didn't get involved throughout the bear market. But again, that's my stance there. But I think they're going to do very well. Stepin, not that bullish on. Alluvium is still going to be one of the top quality, as far as the quality goes, games in the space. But their token, it's a pass for me. But as far as quality goes, gameplay, it's going to be hard to beat for Alluvium. But they've had the time to build and the hype behind them. Pixels, obviously, it's going to be, it is right now the #1 game. As far as, I think, maybe as far as daily active users is the #1 game, maybe up there with Heroes of Mavia, and then also it's a top game on Ronin, so I think that next to Axie Infinity, so I think that, in Ronin, Sky Mavis, they've said they're going to put all their attention into growing Pixels like they did Axie Infinity last bull market. Last bull market, Axie Infinity got to a market cap of like $10 to $15 billion, so I think that if they're going to shift their attention into Pixels, I think Pixels, to me, easily has a 10 to 20x left in it, and that might be conservative to some people, but I think Pixels you should not sleep on. But again, it is a higher market cap, but I mean, people they're in there. The users count, you can't deny it. Portal is a very ambitious project. Again, it's almost like another gaming hub. They want the Portal coin to be used across all the gaming projects, essentially. So pretty ambitious, and I think that there might still be a lot of selling pressure since people were farming it early on with social engagement, like on Twitter and stuff. So I'm not invested in Portal, and again, I missed out on that whole social engagement thing just because I'm not hugely active on Twitter posting myself. even though I'm on there for news and feedback, but I'm not posting myself a whole lot. But I should change that because obviously it reflected on the portal airdrop. Zai, I think Arbitrum's first layer 3 on the Arbitrum chain. I'm bullish on Arbitrum as a layer 2 alternative to Ethereum. I think gaming on Arbitrum, looking at Zai and Treasure DAO, their magic token. I think they're going to be the two highest quality gaming projects on the Arbitrum chain. So if you're bullish on Arbitrum, take a look at Zai and Treasure. If I had to pick between one of them, I'd probably pick Zai. I think they have more to offer than Treasure, but that's just my opinion. CeFi top Launchpad Oasis is a interesting blockchain play. I think they have backings by Ubisoft. I want to say. GuildFi, I'm sure will do fine. Big Time, I'm sure is going to do fine. They have a good earning potential and a good game, anyways, and good player base. Myria is hard to fade. We've talked about Myria since $5 to $10 million in market cap, and here we are now over $200 million in market cap. So, tipping my own hat to myself and my community. If you guys were here, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate all the support and all the gains that I was able to share with you guys. Vulcan Forge, another one that was, as a pour a bottle out, but as was another one that we were talking about that $2.50 to $3 range, and we rode this thing up to about $8 to $9 at the end of 23, and I think still has a lot of room left in the tank there. Nakamoto Games, Nakamoto Games are probably gonna do fine. I think they could probably. And a lot of people hate this comment on my stance on my part, but they've had an insane run. I see Nakamoto Games maybe topping out like $1 billion, but people hate that stance, but that's just my stance. Don't get mad. I hope I'm wrong. I hope if you're invested in Nakamoto Games, it goes to $20 billion. But I will not be invested in Nakamoto Games. That's just me. Wilder World, again, when we look at narratives that haven't really taken off as much as like gaming as a broader sense and AI and meme coins even. Look at metaverse plays. They haven't really done a whole lot recently. I wonder if I'll show you. Yeah, the market cap in the last cycle. I mean, Wilder World got to over a $500 million market cap. If you look throughout the bear market, I mean, they got pretty cheap here recently. I mean, even at the end of 23, they got some liquidity, and then they kind of dipped down again. But again, metaverse coins just haven't done a whole lot, and I think they're gonna have their time to shine, or their time to shine, or time in the sun, especially with the Apple Vision Pro headset coming out. Maybe another big company like Facebook or something will change their name to Meta or get involved with the metaverse again. I think that Wilder World, it will probably be, again, coming back to that almost Bitcoin of a sub niche. I think Wilder World could position itself to be the Bitcoin of, maybe. Now it's hard to say because I think that Wilder World is a way better project than Decentraland or the Sandbox. Even though I imagine that Sandbox will probably keep its position as the metaverse Bitcoin, but I think Wilder World is one that you should look at. If you're bullish on that narrative picking up one day, you should look at Wilder World. Heroes of Mafia, probably the number one downloaded app as far as mobile gaming goes for crypto. I have it on my phone. I love Heroes of Mafia. I play it a lot. I get my Ruby in hopes that it'll be worthwhile when we can trade it for cosmetic skins within the game. I hope. Guild of Guardians, probably going to be a top game on Immutable X. Veracity, I'm very bullish on Veracity. Again, it's more than just gaming. That's a whole conversation, but I'm very bullish on Veracity. Going down the list, Star Atlas, I think will remain I don't think it's going to stay the top game on Solana. I think it will be flipped, but it will remain one of the top games on Solana. And again, to me, it kind of needs that metaverse kind of run to come back around for Star Atlas. So we'll see if that happens. Gods Unchained, one that I actually did want to touch on very briefly because I've always been a fan of Gods Unchained. One, I like trading card games, and they were Immutable X's first game on their platform, so I think they'll always remain the flagship on Immutable X. But they recently launched their mobile app on worldwide. I believe on iOS. It is on iOS, but I believe also on Android. So, I mean, we saw them run, I think, due to that news. So, I think Gods Unchained is one that you should keep your eye on because this thing just does not die. Really look at throughout the bear market, this thing, it really didn't die all bear market for the most part. I mean, it stayed pretty consistent, and that's why I think the power is behind trading card games, that people don't leave those games. I don't think the earning potential is that high in Gods Unchained. I'm not a great trading card player, but I like playing them. I like learning about them, and I like the aesthetics and everything. And the fact they have their mobile app now, I think Gods Unchained is going to be one of those few last cycle gaming tokens that does very well and really could surpass its previous all-time highs as far as market cap goes. I think it's about a 2x away from that right now, so very easy in my opinion. Ultra, I think Ultra is going to still do great from the last cycle. Again, they have their Ultra launcher, they have their Ultra platform, they have their Project Citadel game that they're building out. So I think when that launches, it'll be a pretty big, catalyst that people aren't expecting. The Root Network, again, that's what I would be looking at as far as metaverse plays. Again, I think that they had a partner, well, they did have a partnership with Ready Player One to help, I guess, make the, what was it called? The Horizon or whatever the metaverse was called in Ready Player One. I can't believe I can't think about it because I love that movie so much. But it's gonna be, again, in my opinion, one of the top metaverse plays. They have good partnerships and it's a good quality project and it's a layer one as well. So I'm definitely looking at the Root Network again. When the metaverse kind of sentiment kind of picks up again, Shrapnel I believe will remain one of the top games on Avalanche, right up there with Play Off the Grid or Off the Grid, and then maybe some other projects that are coming out as well that time will tell. Because most of the top performers and quality projects haven't even launched as far as like their game or token. So just keep in mind of that as well. Cornucopias, if you look at Cardano gaming plays, I think Cornucopias will remain the top game on Cardano, and it is a quality metaverse side. I know they have the racing game, which looks so quality, but I don't think they haven't been getting the love that they should get. They ran up at the end of 2023, but I think they're due for a pretty good run. Also, Altura has always been one of my top 3 favorite projects, especially from the last cycle. Going into this bull market, I think Altura has some of the best actual project partnerships within the space. They made partnerships all the time. They still make them today. Look on their Twitter. So very bullish on Altura. Citus, Senate. I talk about them all the time, especially with their Citus pad coming out. I think they're going to do very well. I think if you're interested in their Citus pad, we made a video on it recently, but you have to hold the Citus token, not the Senate token, to get allocations, whereas the Senate token, their governance token, which is a way lower market cap, that's what you use to vote projects in and out. Interesting move there, but it makes sense. I break it down in my other video. WagMe Games, again, it's a good gaming platform, and they have a good gaming app. Their WagMe Tower Defense or WagMe Defense. It's like a tower defense game. Looks pretty quality. NFT Worlds, it's Hytopia now. Hytopia just actually had their node sale, and they killed it. I think they're going to do freaking amazing. They killed it. Games for a Living, love them. Think they will do well. GameSwift, probably, I say it all the time. I've made so many videos on GameSwift. They're one of the most undervalued projects in the gaming space. That is my stance. That stance will not change. The tokenomics, I know it looks scary. Look into it. They are not as bad as you think it is. Trust me. We've been talking about GameSwift. If it will show me straight up, we've been talking about GameSwift. Looking back at my first video, it was around $10 million in market cap. It might have even been sub 10 million. We rode this thing up all the way up to like a $50 million market cap. They do have unlocks, obviously, often, but they're not that bad. They don't really affect the price that whole lot. So I see GameSwift going to billions in dollar market cap. It's the only modular blockchain for gaming. And one of few modular blockchains that actually work. They have so many partnerships coming to their platform. They have integrations with. They have like a GPU pay as well. GameSwift, look into it, or watch my other videos. I'm very bullish on GameSwift. Forcana, honestly, Forcana to me is very similar to Bloodloop. I get questions about Forcana sometimes that I consider it the Bloodloop of Polygon. I think they're very similar as far as projects go. 5v5 third-person shooters. It looks so quality. We'll see how Bloodloop launches because right now, without playing them and seeing them both, it's hard for me to pick one over the other. Even though I think Bloodloop has more hype, and I like Avalanche personally more than Polygon. But I think Forcana is essentially the Bloodloop of Polygon. I think it really will position itself to be one of the top gaming projects on Polygon at the time of this recording. So that's why I think of Forcana to answer some of those questions as well. Playable, undervalued gaming studio on Avalanche. I think they'll be one of the top gaming studios on Avalanche. So very bullish there. Aurora, again, another gaming studio on Solana. Phantasma, gaming chain, and that's kind of just the first page of the gaming sector. So again, as a quick recap, some of the projects or some of the ecosystems that I believe are going to lead the charge this bull market is gaming, AI, and layer 1s and layer 2s. stuff like, Solana, Avalanche, Polygon, Arbitrum, stuff like that, blockchains. And then I think if you're looking at sectors underneath that, I think DPIN, RWAs, GambleFi also have a chance to, really kind of take over as well. And then obviously memes will always have their time in the market. But to me, that's really degenerate gambling, and crypto is already risky enough as is. Let's be real. So that's why part of why I don't get involved in that. And I don't know. It's hard to justify a meme when sometimes, again, I don't know a whole lot about memes, but I know you look at some of their websites and it's like, how can I even justify utility or any? I don't know. So let me know in the comments below. What do you guys thought of this video, of my stances on some of the projects we touched on, some of the sectors? What do you think about Bitcoin crossing making a new all-time high before the halving? And what are some of the sectors you're most bullish on? What are some of the projects that either I talked about in this video or that I didn't that you're bullish on as well? Let me know in the comments below. I appreciate all your guys' support, feedback. I try to answer all your guys' comments. And if you guys got value out of this video, if you like the longer form videos like this where I just get on here and kind of let it roll and give you my opinions and thoughts over a broader market and project stance, let me know and I'll keep doing them. If you guys can like the video, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share the video. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right. See you guys.